Hello, 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 everybody. How are you? My name is Sonia Marie. If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. That's who I is. If you are not new and you are a repeat offender, in the best way possible, thank you for coming back. I appreciate you being here. I'm going to take my time to wait and allow people to come on in because sometimes the notifications can be a little, a little late, a little delayed. So I'm going to give maybe one or two announcements and then keep it pushing. After that, well, before that, I'm gonna say hello to all the people. Y'all like the new setup here? I think this light right here is casting a little bit of a shadow. Is anybody here in the room? Oh, please and very please let me know if you're here. Just say hello one good time so I can see if this chat is working. In this new spot again, and somehow I got some hair on my face. Somehow, for some reason, the chats are not coming up sometimes. So if you're in here and I don't see you, I'm gonna have to start this over. I see that there's 12 people here, but I don't see anybody. Oh, this is not good. Should I start over? Did somebody say hello to me? Live chat. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. Hold on. That was Sonia's problem. I had to think all mixed up. There y'all go. What's up, Danielle? Sweet Tea and Rabbi Rob. Brianna is here. Chanel is here. Y'all like, here we are. What up, Katrina? Hi, Diva. Nice to see y'all in the space. Zena is here. What up? Oh, so happy to see you. And thank you for catching me live. I appreciate that. Tisha. So I had to say hello to all the folks before I actually had my announcements. As you could tell, I was going through a little bit of technical difficulty. But y'all here. What's up, Roxy? Nice to see you, honey bun. All right. Here's the two quick announcements just to let y'all know. There's still that one spot available. One measly spot. I kind of think I know who it's for, a person that's kind of on the fence, but at the same time, you never know. If it's for you, you better jump on in there and grab that thing. We are going to Costa Rica on July 24th through the 29th of 2023. The link is down in the description box right below this video. You won't be able to see it right now since I'm live, but when we get off of this thing here, you'll be able to check it out. Click that link and you could possibly be the last person that's coming with us. It's in San Jose, and it's at this awesome retreat center called Pura Vida Retreat Center. That's Pura, next word, Vida, Retreat Center. And it's absolutely really fabulous. And I can't wait to go. And I can't wait to go with the beautiful people that we're going with. You know, honestly, it's like a 60% return rate. People just keep coming. They just keep coming back. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the family that we grew together to be and the sisters in flight that we are. And we're doing this thing. We're helping to heal not only ourselves, but past and future generations. That's our jobby job in this moment in time. You dig? What up, Raven? Now I know it's you. Your mama told me. How you doing, honey bun, sweet Gemini? I'm so happy that y'all are in a place. Mostly every week. Well, recently, I really appreciate that. Take this information and share it, okay, Raven? With your peoples. Let them know we got to get it together. We got to heal from the inside out. What was the other announcement? Oh, I also wanted to say that I am available for readings, as y'all already know. I love to do couples reads. So I'd love it if you can come through, book a reading on my website at wordlifeastrology.com. That's wordlifeastrology.com. It could be you and your daughter, you and your man, you and your woman, you and your mother, you and your best friends, or best friend. I could do up to 3-4 people, depending on how you want to do that thing there. I love it. I love doing parties too. If y'all want to get together and do like a little Zoom party with me and like 3 or 4 or 5 of your closest friends, and I can tell y'all how y'all all came together as friends and connect in this lifetime. Yo, It's just endless. The bottom line is that I love bringing people together. When I was thinking endless, like there's so many things that I could do, endless things that I can do and share and to assist with you, astrologically speaking. But this is what I'm offering up. So go on, get that reading. If you're on the fence, ask somebody, you know, you want to know what I want for Christmas? I want a reading with Sonia Marie. That's what I want for Christmas. So much love to you, Medea. What's going on? Okay, those are my quick little announcements. But listen, I'm really doing my best to kind of take my time to set this week up, y'all, because as I was taking notes truly for this rundown, I was lost. And this is kind of like one of the few times where I felt lost. And here's the deal. I consciously felt lost. I know spirit is going to deliver whatever spirit is going to deliver to me and you. However, but consciously, I was like, there's way too many changes that are happening, and it seems very, very clouded. And I want y'all to see if y'all understand what I mean, if you are a student of astrology, and what I mean by being clouded. There's a number of quincunxes. Please, please, and very please, if you want, count them and see how many quincunxes there are, opposed to squares, for sure, opposed to sextiles and trines. Why? Because we know that sextiles and trines are favorable aspects. We know that squares are hardcore, but quincunxes and oppositions are a little hardcore too, to remain, to get some balance. But quincunxes are frustrating. They're frustrating with their aspects. It leaves a cloud in the air. And I want y'all to see how many quincunxes there are this week. Because it already has me thinking cloudy. As I can start off, right, by saying this. On Monday, and by the way, squirrel, y'all notice I got a new little setup here. Y'all likes? Y'all like it? Y'all likes? Y'all like it? Just want to see. The reason why I'm asking is because I want to know if the light is okay for you. Okay. Sometimes I can see it on my side. I don't know what it looks like on your side, but I think we're going to stick with this little setup. Maybe I'll get some more light or whatever, but I like this feeling. You peeped it, Medea. You peeped it. It's cute, baby. Thank you for saying. All right, Sonia, get it together and get it on. This first freaking aspect is a quincunx. The first thing I want to say about Monday, the moon is quincunxing the brain. Mercury. That's why, honestly, I don't know if you felt it, but I am feeling it for sure. It's really, really difficult to get my thoughts together. Again, really, really difficult to hear, intuit, plan, gather information, communicate, speak, listen. That's all Mercury thing, right? When it's quincunxing the moon, because my moon, my feeling, or the moon, the feeling of things and how we want to react to certain things is going up against what our brain is saying. It's going up against the information that's coming through. So I don't know, by a show of hands, is it me by myself? And I don't care if I'm by myself. Maybe it's just a personal thing. But the moon is quincunxing Mercury. Is anybody already feeling a little like cloudy and not knowing what their thoughts are saying in regards to who they are? In regards to who they are? Is this me? Is this who I am? Who that say who's that? Who's that? I feel like my brain and my tongue and everything else. Like it's a weird kind of Mercury retrograde feeling. But at least with Mercury retrograde, we slide into and surrender to the confusion. When the moon is up against Mercury, there's no surrendering to it, because our emotions are trying to figure out why the fuck I'm so cloudy, why the fuck I'm so like, that's how my thoughts and my words are coming out my mouth to me. Anyway, y'all feel the same way? Okay, Chanel is with me. Right, Jay Walker. All right, sweetie. Well, all right. I'm not the only one, right? I'm not the only one. It's crazy. Thank you, Roxy. I appreciate that. It's crazy. It's crazy, but we're going to push through this, because remember, quincunxes are an irritation, a little gnat, a little, I don't know. My mentor, Mama Anita, used to say, it's like, oh, my back is hurting, y'all. My mentor used to say, it's like trying to scratch a pimple on your back and you can't really get to it. So that propels irritation and frustration. You dig? In any case, that's what's happening when it comes to our brain and our feeling and how we want to respond to certain things. At the same time, though, today, the sun is sextiling Saturn. Shine your light on how restrictions and caution. Shine your light on how some restrictions and limitations may slow you down, on some level today. It's beneficial. Okay. I had to understand my own writing in that and the whole meaning behind it. The bottom line is when the sun is sextile in Saturn, we want to work, but we also want to find our limitations. We also want to find our restrictions. We also want to find the caution, the things that are cautioning us today. This is Monday, right? The things that are cautioning us today to fall back, to be in tune to again, adhere to restrictions. Maybe somebody's saying, hey, wait, pause. There's a limit on that. You can't take 5. You can only have 4. You know, don't push. Don't be that person that's trying to get your way. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, with the sun sextile and Saturn, it's like 4 is the amount that you're supposed to have. That's going to assist you and possibly everybody else. It's a very simple example, y'all. But understand what I mean by the restrictions and about the limitations and about the hard work and about the line of things and that's saying that this is what you're supposed to get. This is what you're supposed to receive. Get it and be happy. It's almost like how your mother or your auntie used to say, get what you get and be happy for it or something. It rhymes, but that's how the feeling of today is. Somebody say it for me. You get what you get and be happy for it. Or I already said that. Be something. Anyway, Mystic is like, that's not it, motherfucker. You got it all messed up. I told you the moon and the freaking brain is going together. It's not going together. Okay. Anyway, today also, the moon is sextile in Mars. Move with courage and will when cleaning up what doesn't serve you and or reorganizing. Remember that Mars is still going retrograde in Gemini. Although it kind of feels like it, because there's some things that we are dropping, literally, like if we're juggling a whole bunch of things that we're doing. My interpretation of Mars going retrograde in Gemini is trying to juggle 5 things, but maybe 2 or 3 fall, right? Because you can't have, I mean, the thing is, if it's going backwards, it's hard to sustain in Gemini, Mars and Gemini, the amount of projects and information and conversations that are coming at you all at once. Not unless you're a heady person. Not unless, I mean, you're Gemini, you're Aquarius, you're Libra, and you have some really strong positions in those signs that can be able to kind of navigate with the juggling. But still, you may drop 1 or 2. The thing about it is the moon is okay with that. The feeling of it is okay with that. So if you have to drop 1 or 2 things that don't serve you, if you have to reorganize, if you have to say to yourself, you have to pivot and say, I'm only going to work on this stream of income and this stream of income. And then tomorrow I'll work on another stream of income. And then the 4th stream of income. The bottom line is be okay with doing 1 or 2 things at a time, as opposed to feeling rushed to do everything right now. Does that make sense? And I probably said that already, but I need y'all to remember that today, with the moon going up against that in the favorable way, that can allow us to feel good about ourselves and feel good about our progression and feel good about the productivity that we do if we just do those 2 things. You dig what I'm saying? Don't be hard on yourself. That's all I'm saying about that. The moon is square in Uranus, stubborn about not poking the bear. Wait, Sonia, what is wrong with your writing? See? Stubborn about not poking the bear. What is your ego holding on to? Oh, okay. Because the moon is in Leo, right? So the moon is all about, the moon is, when it's in Leo for sure. I have a moon in Leo, by the way. When they're favorable and non-favorable or unfavorable things about every freaking planet in a particular sign, right? The favorable thing about the moon in Leo is that it presents will, it presents courage, loyalty, fierce loyalty with the moon in Leo, right? So if I have a moon in Leo, that's who I am. But if the moon in Leo is transiting at this particular time, that's what we're all feeling as well. Just want to make sure you know that. However, it's square in Uranus, right? So the unfavorable things come out when there's a square. Did I just hit somebody's head with that? The unfavorable things have a potential to come out when things are square, when there's a square aspect. So if the moon in Leo is squaring Uranus, the unfavorable thing about that moon in Leo could potentially rear its head, meaning that you can act like a brat in regards to changes that are happening around you. You can act too willful. Moon and Leo can be a freaking bully and can push people to do things, push yourself for that matter, to do things that you're not necessarily equipped for or ready to do. You dig what I'm saying? This is today. So when it comes to changes that need to happen and people are not moving fast enough, you are not moving fast enough, hey, relax yourself, okay? Because that just means, honestly, that maybe there's some other things that need to get in place before you bully people or bully yourself or act like a brat because people are not moving as fast as you want them to, or not moving in the way that you want them to, or in how you expect them to. I want y'all to remember this for today and tomorrow especially, and I'm going to talk about tomorrow a little bit differently too, but the moon will still be in Leo tomorrow for quite some time. When that moon is in Leo and expectations arise, I can't tell you enough. I have way too many Leo placements in my chart to not say this. Expectations always lead to disappointments, right? We think that we're healing. We think that we're moving. We think that we're growing and we're evolving. We are. You are, and congratulations for that. But there's somebody that's sitting next to you, or there's somebody that you love, or there's somebody that you just text, or somebody that you just saw walking by that is not healing and evolving the way that you are. So while this moon is in Leo for today and tomorrow, and especially with it up against this Uranus about change and about rebellion, about the need to be different and unique, there are other people that are not in the space where you are, you dig? Please don't expect them to be. Just because y'all went to the same forums, y'all went to the same workshop, you went to the same retreat, you live in the same house, you got the same information, they are moving at a pace in which they need to move. Y'all get that? Yes, y'all. Is this hitting for anybody? I just want us to do ourselves a favor and not fall into the trap of high expectations or any expectations for anybody for that matter. It always leads to disappointment because it's about control and it's about the way we see a thing. It's about a singular perspective. And there's many perspectives. Be easy on people and be easy on yourself. Meet people where they are. Can I say that again? Meet people where they are, because everybody is doing something and going through something that you have no idea what they're going through. Tomorrow, Tuesday, the moon will be in Leo, right? Ooh, something is stuck on my face. I can't get it. The moon will be in Leo, right? Until about 10:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reason why I'm taking my time to break this down for tomorrow is because most of the day, the moon is going to be void of course. Most of the day is going to be there it is. Good God. Most of the day is going to be void of course. Do y'all know what void of course is? Let me take a moment to re-educate you, because I think I said this before. Thank you for the 33 people being in here and being patient for me to run this down, and for the 8 people, I only get 8 thumbs up. Y'all don't like what I'm saying so far? The bully, you see the bully? Y'all ain't gonna give me no more thumbs up. That Leo shit. It's about awareness. At least I know. Y'all can do it if you want, if it's good information. Anyway, the bottom line is, what was I talking about? About expectations? Nope. I was talking about the void of course. Tomorrow. Void of course is when the moon is sliding in its last degrees of a particular sign, normally between 7 and 5 degrees in a particular sign. And in that gray area, so to speak, before it goes into the next sign, it's a little, they call it void of course. It's void of course. It's a little cloudy, a little confusing. It doesn't know what emotional position to stand on. Now, we always go through void of courses, okay? I want to let y'all know that. Before the moon slides into the next sign, there's always at least 1 or 2 hours. Sometimes it's a whole day, and sometimes it's 1 or 2 hours of a little confusion trying to balance out on the vibration, the emotional vibration of the universe in that moment, right? Or especially within as perspectives, as it deals with our planet, in perspective to our planet, right? So here's the deal. During those times, it's very, very hard to make decisions. During those times, astrologers say, including myself, take your time. During those times, again, don't make too much decisions. Tomorrow can start off the cloudy feel. This week is a really weird, cloudy kind of feel. While we are all trying to push through it with vibrato, with courage, with will, with power. How you gonna push through the fog and you don't know where the fuck you going? That's what it's gonna feel like this week on some level. Okay, y'all with me so far? So tomorrow, from 10:52 a.m. until 3:45 a.m., right? The next day, the moon will be void, of course. It can be a really tricky, cloudy, boastful type of day, and you don't even know why you push it. You don't even know who you are while you're doing it. You got to ask for help and look crazy in doing so because the moon is in fucking Leo and it's all proud. So you're pushing through the fog and you asking somebody to help you and they're looking at you like, I thought you had it, motherfucker. And you're like, I do, but grab my hand because I'm a little shaky. Come on now. Please, please, and very please. I want to say this clearly. As we grow and as we evolve, there may be people that you don't want to help. You don't want to ask for help. Please do yourself a favor and ask somebody. Honestly, because this moon in Leo, as it goes void of course, can have you stubbornly standing there in the middle of the street, naked, looking really freaking crazy. All right. When it comes to needing help, assistance, a push, encouragement, that moon in Leo won't ask for it. Trust me when I tell you, you don't want to get into that position. Okay. Because we're moving forward. Assist, ask for assistance in the best, calmest, gentle way that you can. I hope this is helping somebody. Also tomorrow, check out these quincunxes in a minute, but we're going to go there. But again, check them out, list them, be very, very aware of the irritations and the confusion that's going on around us. Excuse me for burping. Tomorrow, Tuesday, as that void of course is going down and there's a little confusion in the air, emotionally speaking, being indecisive, trying not to make too many decisions or signing contracts. I just want to reiterate that. The moon will be opposition of Saturn. Balance your ego with your work. Okay? Balance your ego with your work for the people because Saturn is in Aquarius. The moon, again, in Leo. That's an opposition. So the bottom line is, if the bottom line is that Saturn is saying, please, please, and please, grab, or I should say, adhere to these restrictions, these limitations, work hard for the people, Aquarius style, the group, humanity, in order to be detached and get work done. You understand? The moon is like, yeah, but I'm trying to be gregarious. I'm trying to be out there. I'm trying to be boastful. I'm trying to be remembered. There's a balance of that tomorrow. Okay, especially when the moon is going void, of course, it feels like there's some weird ass. Do you see the work that I'm doing kind of feel? Do you see what I'm doing? I see what you're doing for the people. Well, I'm doing it for you too. Do you see that? And if you don't see that, that's the question that we may ask. And if you don't see it, you can get turned into a little brat, moon and Leo. You can turn a little prideful. You understand? You can turn into a bully. You can push through some shit. Again, that's tomorrow, but we can feel that tonight leading up into tomorrow. I just think y'all should know that. Tomorrow, also, the moon is trining the sun. I love when that happens because the harmony is going down between how you feel and who you are. Your core self, what's inside, and then how you react with a thing, okay? Harmony in executing passion and performance. Passion and performance. Why? Because the moon is in Leo and the sun is in Sagittarius. The moon is about performance when it's in Leo, and the sun is about passion, or I should say passion in Sag as it pushes through and rides through the sky on an adventure. So there's this, that's why this week is so tricky in a sense. Do y'all hear me? Again, you can't be in the fog with this moon trining the sun going, well, let's go. In fire, let's go. We'll see when we get there. Yo, pipe down. When fire energy gets together, it's a beautiful thing to move forward on some things. I'm not talking shit about fire energy. Understand this. But fire, when it burns, it needs to pay attention to what it's latching on to. I.e., like that meme I just saw with that chick and she's singing happy birthday to herself and everybody's talking about her ass and she leans over and her hair catches fire. Okay, I'm trying not to laugh and crack too much jokes today, y'all, because my back is not feeling too good. And when I laugh, my muscles in my back, they cramp up. But the chick was caught on fire. And I mean, God bless her. I'm glad she didn't hurt herself too fiercely. But that's when fire is uncontrollable, and that's when fire is having a good time, and that's when we are moving through the fog and not seeing what the fuck is going on, because your hair is leaning towards what's about to activate it and make it go. Yeah, like how I use that analogy. Hi, Giselle. Did y'all understand that? D-Visa, where was you yesterday? Look at you. Hi, sister. I love you. Oh, my back. Okay, so y'all get that? Please, if you don't get it, ask questions. Ask questions, ding dong. That's why we're here. Ding dong, damn sure. That's what I meant. I'm not calling anybody a ding dong. On Tuesday, here's the quincunxes. That moon is quincunxing Neptune, and that moon is quincunxing Pluto. Ooh wee, ooh wee. Ooh wee is the real situation. Because why? The moon is going up against, again, our imagination, Neptune, our spirit, the spirit, our ancestors, guides, meditative spaces, music and art, drugs and alcoholism, the need to pull back and relax. The moon is like, we're not doing that. We got to push forward. And I'm irritated by the fact that you want to take a moment to just chill. We don't have chill time. The moon is saying, but we don't know where we're going, is what Neptune is saying. It's kind of cloudy in this motherfucker. The moon is void, of course. You don't even know where you're going. You was drinking Hennessy and Prosecco last night. Is Angel here? Squirrel. Yo. Squirrel. Y'all need to come to the next Hennessy and Prosecco ever so often. Follow, please, Soul Supreme Studio on Instagram. We come together and we talk about some deep ass conversations while we sip Hennessy and Prosecco. It's a deeper meaning behind that damn long thing, but that drink, it sounds crazy, but it's really, really good with a splash of a secret ingredient or two. But on the real, it's really cool. So in any case, I said all that to say is, I don't even know why I said that. The frustration. The frustration of Hennessy and Prosecco. The frustration of trying to hear spirit, of trying to be celebratory, of trying to drink some Hennessy and Prosecco and cool back. You understand what I'm saying? And get into your head and kind of drift for a second when the moon and Leo was like, nah, fuck that shit. We got to push. This is tomorrow. We got to go. We got pride. That's an irritation. That can throw you off on the inside. Does that make sense? Again, because we don't know where we're going. It's void of course. There's no clear path tomorrow. Tomorrow is also frustrating, quincunxing Pluto. Come on now. That's the wrong space to be in when the moon is up against Pluto. Or I should say the frustrations to be. Why? Because now you're threatening your power, your positioning, right? Your need to transform if you need to transform and pivot tomorrow. And the moon, again, in Leo was like, we don't need that shit. We can go this way. Brat-like. The moon in Leo can be a brat. That's for ding dong, damn sure. And when it's going up against power, it's like, I feel a certain way. I don't have to do this thing. I'm going to be a brat because what you're saying and what your power trip is talking about and what you need for me to transform into is not where I want to go. Pipe down. Instead of creating the irritations tomorrow, sit back and see what they're talking about. The bottom line is listen before you make a decision. And if you need to make a decision on Wednesday, I agree. Like sit back for a whole day because the moon will be void, of course, on Tuesday. As I talk about these two quincunxes against Neptune and Pluto, they'll be void, of course. So what you getting mad about, what you getting frustrated about, we can't make a decision and move anyway. Y'all hear that? Are y'all really hearing that? Or y'all busy today? On Wednesday, the moon pops into Virgo like I suggested. So when we wake up, on Wednesday, the moon will be in Virgo. That's always a good time in a sense. Now, let me rephrase that. It's not necessarily a good time. Like we having a good time. Woo! Because the moon in Virgo. Oh, don't laugh. The moon in Virgo has a way of not having a good time. Oh, and I shouldn't say it in a way that they don't have fun. Moon and Virgo people or us under the moon and Virgo canopy. It's just more about logic. It's more about information. It's more about perfection. And oftentimes when we're looking for perfect information to come over us, perfect emotion, perfect responses, we're not having too much fun. Perfection takes the fun out of the need to be perfect, takes the fun out of shit. You understand that? That's why it's going to go up against the sun really, really soon. If not on that day, the next day. Oh, actually, it's Friday because it's a late degree. So from Wednesday coming up until Friday, the need to have fun will be on your back. Like, come on, let's do this fire thing, Sun and Sagittarius. Let's be happy. And the moon in Virgo's like, yeah, but did you check your clothes? Did you wash your clothes? Did you check the babies? Did you do what you needed to do? Did you check off your to-do list? Do you have blah, 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 blah? Trying to get things organized in the midst of a slight fog. Y'all hear where I'm going? How crazy this week is? Are y'all really listening to me? I need y'all to talk to me because I need you to hear what I'm saying as I build this week up. Like I started this off like this is a really, and I say interesting a lot. I know I do, but this is really an interesting week in the sense that what can we make of it? And the bottom line is to be focused, or I should say aware of these particular changes so you don't get duped by them. Make sense? Squirrel, I've gotten so many, not so many. Come on, Sonia. I got a couple of texts and had 2-3 conversations about that full moon last week, that full moon in Gemini. And although there was a slight caution in that video, a couple people didn't adhere to it. Because that moon went over Mars going retrograde. That full moon in Gemini went over Mars going retrograde last week. Yeah, I'm stepping back for a second. I'm saying this for a reason. It's because that caused a lot of people to blow the fuck up, mainly verbally, just cussing people out for no goddamn reason because their emotions were to the hilt, right? I'm saying it is probably for a reason, but they could have said it a little bit differently, right? That's what the full moon does on top of Mars and his angry ass. You understand? However, we were talking about that. There was some kind of caution. So the bottom line is that I do my best to share these details with you for myself, but also for you so you can go back and go, ooh, cuidado, there's some caution there. On this day, when there's a lot of fog, maybe I shouldn't decide. Maybe I should pull back. Maybe I don't need to win. I'm saying that for a specific reason. Maybe I don't need to win because when the moon is in Virgo, because it seeks perfection, it's always looking to win an argument, win a point of view. Why? Because it doesn't want to be imperfect and it wants to be of service. So if it's of service and imperfection, it's not doing its job completely. Does that make sense? I know I skipped around and I went around the block, but y'all got to rock with me on this thing. On Wednesday, when the moon goes into Virgo, the game changes a touch. It's not too much fun that Sagittarius wants to have with the sun being in Sag, the whole feel of this season, right? It's actually like, yo, how we going to break this down? How we going to make sure we doing what we doing? How we going to be perfect in that thing? That's a little challenging at times. I just want y'all to know that. So firstly, that's what starts off Wednesday is the moon is in a trine to Venus. Oh, okay, that's cute. Why? Because the moon is in Virgo, Venus is in Capricorn, right? It just turned into Capricorn, and they're both earth signs, so they get along on that thing. Your discernment or your discrimination or your need to be perfect can help fuel the practical passion of productivity. Because Venus and Capricorn is like, yo, I need your perfection. I need your emotional responses to be perfect on this day, Wednesday, early part of Wednesday. So it can fuel my passion. So I know exactly what I want to do. So I know how to get up that mountain like Venus and Capricorn portends. We talked about that last week. You did? However, here's the fucking drunk ass bipolar activity of this week. The sun tomorrow will square Neptune. Come on, get it together. Here's the deal. We can be in our practicality with the moon and Venus getting together, needing to have a desire to be practical and move that thing with some details and some discernment, right? But the sun, the core of us, our vulnerability, is squaring up against Neptune. Thank you, Medea and Roxy and Sweet Tea for talking to me. I appreciate that. I know other people are on here. I'm just being facetious because I'm like, where are y'all? It is a bit of a roller coaster, Medea. I'm trying to tell you, it is a bit of a roller coaster, and I ain't finished because we are only on Wednesday. So the sun is up against, again, squaring Neptune. Is it active realism that we should focus on, or unseen idealism? Who will win? And do they need to fight in the first place? Those are my notes. Is it active realism that we want to go with? Or are we going to go with unseen idealism? Here's the deal. When we have squares, any of us have squares, we come together. We put those energies together and we don't allow them to fight. Although naturally, straight away, they're going to want to fight because it's a square. There's a challenge there. However, this only says on Wednesday, don't allow your need to be active, Sun in Sagittarius, your need to be active, your need to be playful, your need to tell a joke, your need to be truthful, your need for adventure, and all other Sagittarius descriptions and qualifications go up against your need to kind of check the fuck out too, to be a little, not only cloudy and foggy, in which I'm portending, but also dreamy. Past the fog and get to the dreams. Past the fog and get to the idealism and get to the need to be, to have the dreams, to the imagination. You dig what I'm saying? Spend time doing both is the point. Don't let it fight. I say that a lot, but I wonder if y'all really understand that. Please ask questions. I like to get deep on these things as much as I can, but sometimes I need your prompting, okay? On Thursday, y'all do that after every... I'm laughing at myself because I had a teacher back in the day. This is in college, Squirrel in Hampton, who it was an oral presentation class, right? And she used to stop me each and every time. Every time I went at the end, she'd be like, Sonia, start over. Oh my gosh. And the whole class would be mad because I wouldn't let the next person go if I had to keep starting over. So every time I do that, somebody could crack the whip on me. I'm just joking, but if you want, because I'll laugh. All right, let's go back to Thursday. Thursday, the moon will continuously be in Virgo, right? But bust this situation out. It's all over the place. The moon in Virgo is going to ride alongside trining Mercury. Why? Because Mercury is in Capricorn. Remember that? Do you remember? The moon is in in Virgo, trining Mercury and Capricorn. So be logical in your thinking while you're presenting. A beautiful thing is kind of grabbing, I should say, piggybacking off of Wednesday's vibration with the moon and Venus getting together. The desire clicked in. Well, on Thursday, it's like, okay, staying with that practical desire, that logical desire, that earth sign desire. On Thursday, let's put some brain power to it. Mercury. Let's put the passion in with the brain power now, right? Because Mercury is in Capricorn too. Let's figure out a plan, Stan. Let's make this thing happen. At least write it down, because who knows if you'll be able to execute it this week. Again, put it down. Get your planners, your 2023 planners, and start writing them down, filling up the squares, the things that you need to do. You dig what I'm saying? When all of this confusion kind of dissipates and goes a particular way. Now, at the same time, though, that moon urging us to plan, urging Mercury to get his thoughts and his words and its voice together, right? Is going up against Mars. What in the freaking? The moon squares Mars in retrograde on Thursday. So arguments may ensue for the need to be right. Didn't I say that already? Why? Because the moon is in Virgo, squaring Mars and Gemini. Gemini going retrograde. Mars going retrograde in Gemini squares up against that Virgo energy. Virgo always wants to be right. And there's maybe a Virgo on here that may disagree with me. But again, they do in a sense because they don't want to be wrong and imperfect. They have to find logic and rationale behind anything and everything. That energy needs to find rationale and logic behind anything and everything, because it has to make sense why they misstepped or said a wrong thing, right? So if the moon is going up against Mars, Mars is going to prop that anger. So if there's a misstep, if there's something that's being said improperly or imperfections come up, it sparks Mars, anger, confrontation, sex, Maybe some makeup sex. I think there's another situation like that happening down further on into the week, right? You know what I mean? So, like I said, missteps may occur. People may misspeak or may have an emotion about certain things because they don't want to be wrong. And then all of a sudden, there's another fight. I tried to do my best to lead y'all into this. This is the reason why I said about last week, on last week or during last week. And I'm telling y'all again, Thursday could be another one of those days. And it may not be as big or as swelled as that full moon, the fact that you can't take it, so I'm going to let it out. It may be a little bit more gentle, but at the same time, it's coming from a different side. Now, the next side is the anger is propelled from the need to be right again. Don't get sideswiped. And don't go into denial when it happens, because Moon in Virgo always stays in denial because, again, it wants to be right. Not always. Let me retract that. Until it figures out it was a problem or who the problem was, it always wants to be right within that problem in order to create the best solution, period. In any case, on Thursday, too, as well, the moon is trining Uranus. Go with the different to throw off the scent. Sometimes for yourself. Go with the different to throw off the scent. The reason why I believe I put that down there with the moon trining Uranus is because the moon in Virgo, again, is going to look for perfection. The moon in Virgo sometimes looks for the rhythm, meaning the order. What happened before? If this worked before, it's probably going to work again like this. The tried and the true. You understand that? However, with the moon sitting with Uranus, there is no tried and true. Uranus says everything is going to be different. And I'm looking for the different. I'm looking for the imperfections so I can make them right. So kind of go with it. Is the point. That's the only thing that can be on your side when it comes to that Mars placement. So if you feel angry about something that's different in my opinion, go with it. Go with it, because the imperfection in that different may bring you to a new situation that was more perfect than what you thought. Boom. Does that make sense? Oh, wow. Y'all are really quiet today. Thank y'all for being here, though. I appreciate it. I appreciate the 21 likes that you're here, and I appreciate the 30 people that are in here. It's 30 people. Somebody just dropped out. Please let your folks know that we are talking astrology. I'd appreciate that. Keeping it pushing. Let's go. On Thursday as well. Here we go. The moon will quincunx Saturn. So abandon work for distractions. Sometimes it's necessary. It's no need to be right. It's no need to always be on it. Again, there may be an irritation with that moon in Virgo, heeding perfections, heeding logic, right? Trying to look for the difference with Uranus, but definitely trying to get mad because Mars is being affected too, right? When it's quincunxed in Saturn, it could be fucking up your work. It could be a great distraction for you to look for the perfection. Do y'all understand this? It could be a great distraction for you to want to argue with someone, to get upset with someone because you think it's time well spent to argue your point, to be perfect. So you're going to stop production, Saturn. You're going to stop working. You're going to stop your limitations. You're going to stop relating to your fears and the lessons that you need to learn in order to be right. Do you want to be right or do you want to be peaceful? That question always lingers in my mind, straight up and down, because if you are a leader, like I am a leader in some kind of way, because leaders attract one another, right? There's a lot of times where we're going to have to be peaceful over right. Oftentimes. Why? Because we have a different perspective as a leader. As a leader, people can't see other people who are not leaders in certain perspectives or certain ways and in their lives. They can't see what's up against, or I should say, what's far up the road. For some reason, leaders either have the balls, the gumption, the courage, the will, or the foresight to know that they are going in the direction in which they need to. And hey, everybody else, I think it's over here. You want to come? Understand that. Does that make sense to y'all? That sometimes as a leader, oftentimes, you have to pull back. You can't be right. You have to be peaceful. Yo, are y'all listening? Hello? Is this thing on? On Thursday as well, Mercury, and here's that other part, is quincunxing Mars. Thursday's a weird day. So that means miscommunication can find the frustration, can find the anger again. Are you hearing what's coming through? Thursday is tricky. It's all so tricky. So, in the midst of confusion, like I started it out with this week, I want to pull back to go forward. In the midst of confusion and all of these quincunks with Leo going, we got this, all of a sudden the moon turns into Virgo. And now not only is Virgo saying we got this, Virgo's like, I need to be right when I get this. So now I'm going to argue the right on Thursday because I know I got it. Do you? Do you have it really? Or should you possibly maybe pull back because there's some irritating, frustrating factors that are looming around the fact that you may think you're right? You understand? Maybe let the dust settle a bit. Maybe let the dust settle just a touch on Thursday and Friday. You dig what I'm saying? So we can come back around the weekend and go, oh, okay. And the reason why I'm asking you to be patient in this moment in time, again, because it's foggy and you trying to blare through a fucking fog at 60 miles per hour. No, that's stupid. That's a little crazy, right? And on top of that, ain't shit happening right now, y'all. Y'all know that I'm not trying to say don't be productive. I'm trying to say don't push your agenda to the point where you feel like you're a failure or somebody else is a failure or your expectations of what's right and what's not right is not being met. You understand what I'm saying? You guilt tripping people. You pushing people into the fear box because certain such and such and such hasn't been done and we didn't get this present for grandma when she needed this and blah, 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 blah. Man, those are all confined spaces in which this week is not adhering to. This week is not adhering to confined spaces, cuz y'all hear it. It's a fog. Be easy. I'm just saying. Is this helpful, Shamia? I'm so grateful that you said that because I really feel, and again, because I can't see y'all sometimes, it bugs me out oftentimes to know how this information is landing. That's why I said, hey, y'all there? Anyway, so on Thursday, not only is the moon squaring Mars, your emotional nature squaring Mars, anger, frustration, confrontation, right? Fighting, right? Movement as well, but it's going retrograde, so it's not really moving too much. Not only is the moon going up against that, but Mercury is going up against that in a quincunx, in a frustration. So if your brain is not clear, how the fuck you supposed to move? And why you moving upset? Because it's square in Mars. Are y'all hearing me? Thursday's tricky like that. You may feel propelled to move because you want to be right. Yes, I'm reiterating because I need y'all to get this. You may feel propelled to move because you want to be right, but there's no facts. There's no information to tell you if you're right or wrong. There's not even any real fuel behind that thing. You're moving on fumes, so to speak. Going in a circle in the middle of the fog on Thursday at 60 miles per hour. Where you going, boo-boo? I know the sun is in Sag and you want to keep it moving and happy and energetic. But sometimes you got to pipe down and rev up a little bit and watch where you're going before you cross the street is the point. Okay? Whew. Oh. On Friday, the moon goes into Libra at 2:49 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before that, however, Samneva, is when the direct square of the moon and the sun will happen. Remember, I alluded to that in the beginning of the week? Because the moon is in Virgo at some point, and it's a Sagittarius season, at some point, that moon and that that moon and that sun is going to go up against each other because they're a natural square. And since this is for all the astrology students, and since the sun right now is sort of like at a little ending of the degrees because we're sliding out of Sagittarius season, Capricorn season will begin on the 21st next week, right? So we're at the tail end of Sagittarius season. That moon after the third day being in Virgo will be in the tail end of its degrees because all the degrees go up to 29 degrees. That's for astrology students, for nobody else. Okay, so that's why it took 3 days when the moon is in Virgo to hit that sun in Sagittarius at a tail end degree. So at 3:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Friday morning, so that'd be like 12 midnight or 12 around 12, 1 o'clock midnight, or Sony, get it together, 12 midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. But 3:56 on the East Coast, right? So you may be out Thursday night is the point I'm trying to make. Watch for that because that's hardcore. That's hardcore when the sun and the moon come together, especially when they're in two mutable signs as Virgo and Sagittarius. Because again, Sag is forceful. And again, Virgo wants to be right. So there's a standoff. But at the same time, it's mutable. So it's like, I don't know if I want to be right. I want to. And Sag is like, yeah, you can be right, but I'm going to move over here and I'm going to be mutable and do whatever I want to do. Blah, 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 blah. So there creates this, if I can put it right in my mind, the visual, this cloud that's going around, that's going around, that's going around, that's squared, that doesn't like each other, but because it's mutable, it's not standing, right? It's just fluctuating back and forth, but it's going around and around and around like a dust ball in the middle of the desert. You ever see that? You ever see those dust tornadoes? That's how it feels. You dig? Why get caught in that on Friday when it's really not doing anything? Dust balls and fucking dust tornadoes, sand tornadoes, they ain't doing nothing but just standing there looking beautiful sometimes. But at the same time, it's causing havoc wherever it's at. Let it dissipate and fly. At the same time, this is why I say cuidado, because if you got this moon going up against the sun while the moon is trining Pluto, you think you Wonder Woman. You think you you think you in your shit. You think you have a reason to stand tall in your power position. Naturally, you feel that. Not think that because the moon is there. My bad. You feel that. That's in your emotional body. You understand that? It's trining in Virgo. The moon in Virgo is trining Pluto. So your logical self feels like, I'm supposed to feel pumped up right now. I know exactly what I'm doing because rationally speaking, this is the right thing to do. Come on, y'all. Y'all see the difference? Talk to me. Again, this is information and energy that's landing on everybody, not just Virgos, although I'm picking on Virgo energy because it's 3 days in Virgo energy this week. So we have to make some sense out of this thing. And again, we're in Sagittarius season, which it does not like to be in Virgo, the moon, that is, when it's Sagittarius season. That's a square. That's havoc. There's a lot going on this week, y'all. Should I stop? I'll wait for y'all to tell me. I could stop. I could absolutely stop because honestly, my head is a little full and my back is a little tight. On Friday, I ain't stopping. I'm going to give it to y'all. The last thing that's happening, Desiree said no. Last thing that's happening is the moon. Oh, when it goes into what I said it was going into Libra, when it goes into Libra, it will be opposite Jupiter. Oh, Shamir, me too, honey. I wish everybody was aware of this too. And Squirrel, even if we are aware of it, sometimes it's really, 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 really challenging to go through, like I was alluding to earlier, and challenging to adhere to. However, if more people was aware of it, we can help each other through it, is the point that I'd like to make alongside your point. Yeah. Okay. I will, Zena P. So here's the deal. On Friday, the last thing that's happening when that moon goes into Libra is an opposition to Jupiter. Service the blessings, distribute the goods, avoid of nitpicking. Oh, no. Yeah, no. It'll be in Libra. So there is no nitpicking. Let me retract that. The thing about it is, no, I'm right. No. Hold on, go back. The moon will be in Virgo because it will be opposite Jupiter, which is in Pisces. I thought Jupiter was in Aries, but not yet. Jupiter is still in Pisces, going direct now, and it's opposition the moon in Virgo, right? So the bottom line is that these blessings are like, yo, I got something for you. I got some Skittles for you. I got some reprieve. After this weird ass up and down, slightly confusing, I'm powerful in it, but I don't want to be too powerful to push past my expectations. But goddamn, should I fall back because I need to pay attention to the details? I feel crazy even saying this shit. I need to pay attention to the details, but I don't have to be right in my details. Let me surrender and see how it's going to work out. But if I surrender too much, then I'm going to smoke too much. And nothing's going to get done. I'm not saying it's my story. I'm just saying that's the way this weird ass week feels, like a wobbly wavelength. Like a wavelength. That's exactly what it is. In and out. Well, Jupiter's coming on Friday like, yo, like the pusher man in the corner. Psst, psst. I got some good stuff for you, though. My name is Lenny. Lenny's coming through. Oh my God, I can't laugh. I'm trying not to be funny today. I got some shit in my coat. Lenny is coming up with all the goods, all the Jupiter goods, right? The Skittles, the rewards, the good feeling, at least from spirit, because it's in Pisces, right? An internal kind of feel good, like forgiveness that comes over you, or like a connection with the babies, or a really naive good feeling that comes over you, like forget all this fog, I'm just gonna skip and dance in the rain. That kind of feel, that's trying to find you. And the moon in Virgo is going opposite of that. Lenny is like, I got all the goods for you. And the moon in Virgo is like, yeah, but do you have an 1/8 ounce? And do you have a little liter of vodka? Or you got the big quarts? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. Let me scratch my head. Moon in Virgo information. And Lenny is like, yo, can you just take a little bottle and stop? The popo is coming around the corner. Grab the bottle and go. Why we got to be so particular about how your blessings come? Is the point with the moon opposition Jupiter. Take what you can take. It's like people offering you it's a bad analogy, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Like people offering you a piece of gum, and you look at the gum and you're like, I really don't like juicy fruit, so I'm gonna say no. But you want some gum. Just chew the juicy fruit, even though it lasts for 5-6 minutes. Chew the juicy fruit. Is what Jupiter is saying. If I give you a blessing, just go with the blessing. You don't have to be so particular about how long the gum lasts. Moon in Virgo. I went around the whole block on that shit just so y'all can get this, because this is a big freaking deal. There's a little reprieve on Friday that goes, oh, sing with the motherfucking angels. I'm just saying, just sing with them. Then take the little bit of juicy fruit and go on about your business. Because when Saturday comes around, I don't know why I put this note on here compared to the rest of the week, but I was like, it's such a confusing day. No projection on your partners though, please. Why? Because the moon goes into Libra on Saturday. When the moon is in Libra, it's all about partnerships. It's all about, I can't do this by myself kind of feel. I need a partner, whether it's my spouse, whether it's my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my business partner, or my neighbor. I need to talk to my neighbor and bend their ear because, girl, shit is going down. You need a partner for something. If it doesn't land on partnership information, well, the moon is in Libra for you. It can land on something that has to do with being fair or being just on some level. And it doesn't pan out the way you want it to pan out. But check this shit out, because Saturday is another weird day. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, especially Thursday and Saturday, is just a little chock full of some crazy ass nuts, like the chocolates in the box, and you don't even know what you're gonna get half the goddamn time. And you take a bite and you be like, damn, that's some orange jelly. I don't like orange jelly with my chocolate. Who puts orange jelly in chocolate? That's Thursday and Saturday. So let's talk about Saturday with the moon being in Venus. What? The moon being in Libra, which is Libra's, Venus is Libra's planet. In any case, here we go. The moon will square Venus. That was Venus on my brain. The moon will square Venus on Saturday. My bad. So I took a lyric from Kendrick's song, "Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking." That's exactly what I put in my notes. When the moon is squaring Venus on Saturday, shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Really. Why? Because Venus is about love. The moon is about expression, feelings, releasing, right? When they're going against each other, they don't want to hear each other. But shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. Possibly, maybe on Saturday, that moon in Libra, okay, it has the propensity, the connection, or I should say, has a propensity to lean on partners, lean on things that's fair. So if your partner is trying to express to you the love that he or she has for you, and Venus being in Capricorn is like, we ain't got time for no expression. We ain't got time for no affection. We don't have time for that shit. We got to get up the mountain is what Venus in Capricorn says. It has the desire to abandon all kinds of things, affectionate, emotional, touchy-feely kind of thing, because Capricorn don't necessarily rock with that. It's sensitive on the inside, not the outside, so to speak. So Venus is in Capricorn. It's about about doing some work. It's about pushing again up the mountain with passion. You understand what I'm saying? With fortitude in a way, with desire, with a little bit of money too, putting their money on it, you dig? But emotionally speaking, we want to hook up with our partners. Emotionally speaking, we want to, ask for their advice, get into their head, get into their heart. You understand? But they're going against one another. Shut the fuck up when you hear love talking. There's a moment in time on Saturday where love may want to reach out to you, but you are so hell bent and getting through the fog and or making out what the fog, practically speaking, was all about for these last couple of days that you can't hear love talking. Does that make sense? Yes, y'all. Are y'all there? You can't hear love talking on Saturday. If it's going up against each other, if you want to progress and move further up that Capricorn mountain, okay, you're going to get there. But somebody is trying to say, I'm your partner. Somebody's trying to say, I'm with you, boo-boo. Somebody's trying to hold your hand through it. Y'all get that? On Saturday as well, that moon is trining Mars. Break up to make up kind of vibe. This is what I was saying earlier. Break up to make up kind of vibe, or fuck love, leave me alone. Fuck love, let me move, leave me alone. When I say, and the reason why I said the latter is because Mars going retrograde will sometimes not allow you to see the emotion being poured into you, right? Even though it is a trine. However, there's a weird kind of back and forth kind of feel because the Mars is going retrograde, which means you're kind of confused about the movement and or sex or connection, physical connection that you may have with someone, anger, you understand what I mean? And your emotions want to attach on to that, want to involve a partner, whether it's favorable or unfavorable, if that retrograde is reacting. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully. Again, moon being in Libra wants you to put everything on your partner. It's favorable with Mars. So the best situation is to have sex, to connect with your partner, to show some type, to give them physical appreciation, whether it's sex, because that's the number one example, or going to build something for them, or going to the store for them, or again, being physically rewarding in a sense, like helping them out physically. That's how that moon and Mars gets together on Saturday. If you don't, if it can feel, if you don't want to help them, if you don't want to move with them physically wise, then it may blow up in your face. The retrograde may blow up in your face and may cause some type of confrontation. Okay. Saturday is weird. Mercury is trining Uranus, going retrograde. Old ideas can become new inspiration. Remember that. If something pops in your head on Saturday, like, I remember when I used to do X, Y, and Z, why can't you do that again? I'm just saying. Maybe it's a different color. Maybe it's a different size. Maybe you manufacture it in California as opposed to New York. Maybe your business partners are in Nevada instead of Florida. But the bottom line is, if it's an old idea that are coming up, you can probably flip it and plan it and restructure it in a whole nother way, because Mercury is asking you to do so favorably. There's one quincunx on Saturday, though. That moon in Libra is quincunx in Uranus, those old ideas. So maybe your moon in Libra, the moon in Libra, is prompting your partners, is prompting a unfair situation to surface that does not allow you to actually access the old ideas. You get that? Maybe somehow, some way, you remember, emotionally speaking, that somebody stabs you in the back in them old ideas, or when you prompt those old ideas later on or back in the day, and now you're kind of irritated by that feeling coming up. I don't want to go back into business doing that thing, because then this is going to happen again. But it's with a different person. It's in a different color. It's in a different state. Well, I don't know. The irritation, the emotional irritation is those old ideas will come back and haunt me. Or I won't look original, or I won't look unique, or I won't look like, I'll look like I'm just trending with everybody else. Will you? Think about it a little bit harder and create a new way for yourself. Okay? Hopefully you can. Why? Because the moon will square the thoughts. You see how fucking crazy this is? On Saturday, the moon is squaring Mercury. Feelings have you second guess your new ideas. I just said that. Talking yourself out of the shit, because pessimistic Capricorn, Mercury and Capricorn, can't see the path. So the moon is squaring Mercury, the moon in Libra. all things partnership, all things fair, all things just like. You understand what I'm saying? So if your partner gets in the way of your new ideas or any ideas, you can become pessimistic. Oh, maybe they're right. I don't think I should do that thing, because Mercury in Capricorn can sometimes be incredibly pessimistic. It's being activated by this square. So it's like, I can't get up the mountain. I can't do X, Y, and Z. I don't see the mines that are blowing up, that could potentially blow up a situation. I need to win. I need to get to the top. I need to succeed. That's what Mercury in Capricorn is thinking about, but it's squaring the feeling. It's squaring the feeling going against your partner. Is my partner going against these new ideas? Is my thoughts for my partner going against this new idea? Oh, maybe if I do this new idea, if I think these things, if I plan these thoughts, or I should say plan these things or have these thoughts on Saturday, possibly maybe my partner won't like it, or possibly maybe, it'll be in California, but my partner has to work in LA. New York. Squirrel, this is what I thought too. Thank you, Spirit. When the moon is in Libra or any Librian energy, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Any Librian energy has a way of creating the story before the story plays out. You know why? Because Libra is absolutely the leader of thought, the leader of planning. It's the leader of the brain. Right? Cardinal signs, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. Libra is the cardinal sign, the leader of thought, right? So if the leader is saying, moon in Libra, is saying, I'm a little indecisive. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? The Libra is saying, I know what the situation is going to be. The Libra moon is saying, I know how it's going to feel based on the fact that I already figured it out. Did y'all get that or not? Libra energy, when the moon is in Libra, or any Libra energy placed in any planets, or for you, if you're a Libra, has a very uncanny way of trying to figure shit out before it gets duped. So on Saturday, when your indecisions to do a thing, your indecisions about your partner comes about, you could possibly be finishing the story before the story has a chance to play out. And then it goes up against your brain. It goes up against your plans. It goes up against how you speak to another, preferably, I should say more specifically, your partners. How you going to tell them what they're doing before it even happens? Again, because Libra moon says, I know what's about to happen. I'm protecting myself. I saw this story play out again, but here's the deal. I saw this story play out before, but here's the deal. People are changing, y'all. Don't sit back on Saturday, or any day for that matter, but definitely on Saturday when this moon in Libra is wreaking fucking havoc with a couple of other planets, right? Sit down and try to figure out somebody else's story so you don't be hurt, so you don't get hurt. Does that make sense? Please and very please do not do that to yourself or anybody else. Why? Because it won't serve you. Ask questions. Qualify a situation. And here's the bottom line. Even if you think the motherfucker is lying in your face when you ask the question, you have nothing to go on but the information that the person or the situation is providing you. You understand that? It doesn't serve you to overthink or over examine a situation past what a person gives you sometimes. Because that's how we hold people accountable for the things that they say and do. You dig? You said you was going to do X, Y, and Z. Even though I knew you wasn't, you said you was going to do X, Y, and Z. So we're going to start from there. Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you say it? How can we do this differently next time? Does that make sense, y'all? I'm fucking preaching. I know I am, because I feel it in my body. And my back is not moving. On Sunday, last day, here we go. The moon will go into Scorpio. Yep, at the end of the day, though, 10:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate you answering me. The moon will go in Scorpio, 10:31 p.m. Squirrel, you ever have the word on your tongue, but your brain is saying something else? And you go, that's not what it looks like. And the brain is like, yes, that's what it looks like. The tongue is like, no, that's saying something else. I just had one of those moments. Anyway, on Sunday, the moon goes into Scorpio, like I said. But before that happens, the moon in Libra will trine Saturn, because Saturn is in Aquarius. So you find the right partner within yourself, or outside yourself for that matter, to operate through the restrictions and the need to work. Understand that. So on Saturday, it starts to clear a little bit. Why? Because now the situations that you went through with your partners, now you have some kind of work that you can like hook onto. Now you want to do the work. Now you want to ask the questions. Now you want to see where the limitations and restrictions are. Now you need to plug it on in to see what the lessons are, and see where the fears lie. You understand what I'm saying? That's Sunday. Because the moon is coming together with Saturn. And Saturn is like, relax, relax. I got you. I got you. Let's work hard through this because I'm on the same plane as you. I think in the brain, air sign, that we should do X, Y, and Z. And the moon is like, yes, I think so too. On Sunday, the moon in Libra will quincunx what's that planet? Neptune. Partners seem unclear. Well, just hold your hands. Hold your hand together and ask for clarity. I laughed at myself when I read that. I mean, when I wrote that, because oftentimes this is a little bit of a download, but I'm going to go for it. Oftentimes we allow just sheer verbal communication to run the show and or help us to get to a solution. And oftentimes we don't have to. I talk about this in my workshops, so I'm just going to give you just a little bit. Sometimes you can literally just hold somebody's hand while you're talking to them, or walk past them and grace their neck, rub their back. Like the unspoken, tangible parts of communicating oftentimes rely and relay a message and information in which your brain and definitely your mouth and the tone of your voice cannot project. Does that make sense to y'all? So when I said when the moon is quincunxing Neptune on Sunday, to just, with the moon being in Libra, and there's an irritation to Neptune, the unseen, the quiet, the spiritual conversation that needs to happen. Oftentimes it's just good to just hold hands, to grab and have a little hug. Don't be irritated by what's unseen. Activate the unseen to create a bond and a connection with your partner on that day. Okay? I.e., holding hands, hugging, listening to music together, your favorite song, the two of you have a couple song, put it on in the house. You understand what I'm saying? And let those words speak is my point. All right. On Sunday, also, two more things, and then I'm out of here. Or I should say, then I can read two people on here. The moon will square Pluto. Some craziness. The moon in Libra squaring Pluto and Capricorn. There you go. Don't get pushed off your square for another person. The moon being in Libra, all things partnerships, and also being fair. If there's an unfair situation happening, possibly maybe they're trying to push you off your square and take you out of your comfort zone, in a sense, take you out of your progression when it comes to transforming and evolving in this life, in this moment in time. You dig? Don't let the need for anybody else push you off of that. There has to be a balance in some way. And then lastly, we end Sunday with a wonderful quincunx of the moon quincunxing Jupiter. Heads up, blessings are here, y'all. Just need to pay attention to it. I know you've been working hard, yet a little frustratingly, and it seems inconsistent, but the blessings are all around. That's what this week is saying. The blessings are here. You got your head. You got your heart. Just dive, dip, dive, pivot, do what you need to do in order to touch whatever blessings that you can touch and breathe through it all. Any questions? Chanel, why you don't like your moon in Libra? You want to explain? You want to explain for us why you don't like your moon in Libra? At the same time, I'd love to ask one or two people to put up their moon, their sun, and their rising sign. And please indicate which sign is what, okay? Your moon, your sun, and your rising. And I'll do a quick read for two people real quick, while Chanel writes an explanation very briefly, if she can, why she doesn't like her moon in Libra. Oh, excuse me for burp. You're welcome, sweet tea. You're welcome, Life Dance. Nobody wants a reading today. All right, that's the first. I guess I'm gonna get up out of here. Or maybe this thing is just delayed a little bit. Should I apply some lip gloss to try to kill some time? I'm just waiting for the people. Waiting for y'all. Anybody want a quick read? Sun, the moon, and rising. Ah, you welcome, Roxy. Yay! Congratulations, honey. Sending you so much love on this new job offer. All right. All right, all right, all right. I guess that's it. Nobody wants to Miss J. I have an I don't know what that word means. Anoretic degree in your moon in Libra. What does that mean? It may translate to something different that I know. I don't know what that word is though. Miss Lady J. Are you the one that said you didn't like your moon in Libra? No, that was Chanel, huh? Forgive us, y'all. Thank y'all for being patient. I know we're on here for an hour, 15 minutes, but I do want to at least read one person, and nobody's coming up here. Yeah, Fola. She loves her moon in Libra because it balances her Aries sun. Absolutely. Okay, Chanel's not going to say why she doesn't like it, but it's okay. You don't have to, or maybe you can't. But Life Dance put her information up, and she's the only one. So here we go. And I think I read you before, but since you're the only one asking for a read, here we go. Aries sun, Pisces, ascendant, moon in Taurus. Okay, so it's very, very interesting to read, or I should say, I find this combination present a lot, and that's the Aries sun and Pisces moon. I'm sorry, Aries and Pisces together. To me, that automatically says the old lady and the baby, right? Because Aries is the baby and Pisces energy is the old lady. I'm not sure if I expressed it to you like this before, Life Dance, because again, I think I read you real briefly another time. So forgive me if repeat information comes up. But I will say this: there is a way in which there's a balancing act for you that can prove to be quite challenging at times, but the Taurus energy balance and act between the old lady and the little girl, right? But Taurus can actually help you to keep that balance because she's calm and she's very discerning and she's patient, right? So your moon being in Taurus, am I right? Let me go back to this because I didn't see it. Your moon, Amara, being in Taurus, right? Where the frick is it? I totally lost it. I'm sorry, y'all. I lost Life Dance information. I believe your ascendant was Pisces, your sun is in Aries, your moon is in Taurus, if I remember properly from my memory. And forgive me if it's wrong. But your moon in Taurus, again, being the responder. The moon is the response, right? Okay, got it. The response, right? She's calm when she responds, and she does her best to be the old auntie, the young auntie, in between the baby and the Pisces energy. Let her do that, please. Please let her do that. Please let the Taurus find calm, find serenity, and where the fast moving Aries wants to be, and sometimes a very self centered Aries wants to be, and the need for Pisces to want to take care of everybody. You can't do that, boo boo. Pisces energy wants you to forgive and take care of everybody. Bring all the stray dogs and all the stray cats into the house because everybody needs a home. That's not practical, nor is that possible, to be truthful with you. So there's always a balance, right? And let that Taurus moon do that thing. However, Taurus moon oftentimes can make you quite punishing. So do yourself a favor and allow her to be the manifester that you are. I don't believe that's a word because I looked it up in the dictionary as I was writing my book, and there's no such word. So I created that word. You are a manifester. You are. It doesn't have an ER or an OR at the end of that word. Just want to let y'all know in case somebody thinks, no, it's a word. No, in the dictionary, it doesn't say. But in any case, you are, with your moon in Taurus, a straight manifester. You can manifest anything that you want in your life. Understand that. And your Aries and your Pisces information is really, really happy about that. Understand that the Pisces information being on your rise got to recognize when it's abundant and when it's not, when you can use it and when you can't, because Pisces will bring all the abundance in. And Taurus is like, nah, that's not too practical. I'd ask for X, Y, and Z, not all the whole thing. You dig what I'm saying? So make sure you don't harbor and hold on to a lot. That's that hoarding situation. Are you a hoarder or some semblance of it like this? I'm just saying. That's when you can let yourself let go of the past and the need to hold on to things. That's that moon in Taurus. It makes you a manifester, and then you want to hold on to it because at the end of the day, that Taurus energy is like, I worked for this. I'm gonna be devoted to this information. I'm gonna be devoted to the things that I've accrued, and I don't want to let go. I'm just saying. Don't put yourself in that space. But the bottom line is that moon in Taurus too can be a punisher. And you can punish yourself, is what I just felt. So it's about sometimes when the Aries moves too fast, you can punish yourself and pull back and not involve yourself in the things that you know that you should involve yourself in. This is getting a little too specific and a little too deep, because there's two people on the other side for you, Life Dance, and they're a couple. It seems to be like your grandparents, and they're both really short. And if I'm wrong, I can take it. But if they're not your grandparents, they're your great grandparents. And again, they're really short. There's an old man with a U-shaped hairline, and the older lady is even shorter than him. And they're like, don't punish yourself. Don't hold yourself in the corner in regards to what it is that you need to do for your life. You have to be a little bit more adventurous. Please. And that's where that Aries kicks in. You don't have to be self-centered in your adventure, but you got to push through things that may seem to be too hard for you to handle. You can handle it all, young lady, especially with Pisces on the rise, because you have your ancestors coming at you and showing you, guiding you where you need to go. Ooh-wee, that was pretty long. And I don't want to tap into your people too much. You are so welcome. Okay, I hope that made sense to you. Oh, here's KS Sun. Leo moon, Gemini rising, and you are a Capricorn. Well, that's a beautiful thing. That Capricorn keeps you serious and keep you responsible for show. And your Gemini rise keeps everything fun. I like that. Gemini and Capricorn is an irritation, though. It's a quincux. So that means how you present yourself to the world and who you are is an irritation to you. Sometimes even, right? Because the Gemini on the rise is always looking for the fun and is always attracting people that are sociable, always attracting, again, here's that word, superficiality. Superficiality is necessary when things get when it gets too deep. You understand what I'm saying? And superficial meaning like energy and information that's on the cusp, or I should say, that's the wrong word. That's on the outside of things. Gemini energy loves to give people and situations the benefit of the doubt. That's why it's superficial. If it's on the surface of things, I rock with it until you make me want to get deep and I got to figure it out. So your Gemini on the rise keeps you light, keeps you airy, keeps you superficial, keeps you sociable, keeps you negotiating, talking a lot of shit in the best way possible, right? Because you're sociable like that. But the Capricorn in you is like, I need to get to work. I need to go where I need to go. I need to handle some business. So oftentimes there's a little battle between what your outsides want to draw in and put out, and then what your insides is really looking at your watch saying, yeah, we only got 10 minutes to do this shit because I got to go to work and I got to make some money kind of feel. Balance that thing out, but know too that the Gemini helps you to make the money. How about that? I said it. You know why? Because I'm so tired of people thinking that they can make money by themselves. You cannot. Not only do you need a team, you need to win people over. So the Gemini people, if you're selling something, or even if you work for a corporation, if the Gemini energy has you, being superficial and lightheartedness or light and airy, it's helping them to trust the serious Capricorn when she delivers. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, KS? I hope you're a woman because I said she. And then your Leo, what is it? Your Leo moon keeps the party going. The Leo moon is very generous, though. The Leo moon connects with everybody. The Leo moon wants you, has high expectations for everybody. I mentioned that earlier today. You got to be careful with that, sweetie pie, because you are an achiever. Being that Capricorn, you are an achiever first and foremost, right? And then that moon in Leo goes, if I could do it, everybody can do it. That's not true. That's not true, honey. Not everybody wants to do it, and not everybody can do it. Not everybody can. So you got to, I'm sorry, this bug is bothering me. You got to do your best to meet people where they are emotionally, okay? Because even though that Capricorn wants to ride from them, and that Capricorn wants to make people a project too, by the way. I know you can do it. I'm going to help you do it. I mean, you're going to have 5, 6 people hanging on your tits, so to speak. She said I could do it. They said, I'm going to hold on for them because they have the information. And the Capricorn wants to give the information and has high expectations, but that Gemini on the rise, she will drop you in a heartbeat. The Gemini on the rise be like, fuck this shit. I can't handle everybody. And here comes a problem and a conflict. I'm just saying. That's a quick little read for you. And I know I didn't end that properly, but I can't talk no more, y'all. It's an hour and 25 minutes, and I'm done. I'm over this thing. I hope y'all hope you got something from that, KS. I hope you got something from that life dance. And for everybody else, I hope this this broadcast helped you to see how this really wonky week is going to serve you in some type of way. Keep it pushing, y'all. Walk carefully and be good to yourself. But most importantly, really, really, really be easy on yourself. Even if there are missteps and even if there are miscommunications, like apologize almost instantly, right? And forgive yourself even quicker than that. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, okay? And please leave me some comments. I love reading your comments throughout the week. I respond fairly quickly. Much love to you. Take care. Bye.